Hey guys, I went to Dollar Tree last couple of weeks. They had a big sale. I'm just going to show you some of the films off that I've got. Some of them I've watched and some of them I haven't. This first one's called Shuttle. A bus ride to hell. Two girls, I guess in Mexico, get picked up by some crazy person. So looking forward to that. From Magnolia Pictures. I got this one. The 1517 to Paris. Clint Eastwood directed it. A true story about three American guys that stop a subway. Like a high-speed train terrorist incident. This is really good. I'd recommend watching this. The Standoff at Sparrow Creek. This is like a thriller, I guess, who kind of film. Some guy shoots up a police funeral, and there's a bunch of militia guys in a group, and there's an ex-cop that investigates them, trying to figure out who it is. It's kind of frustrating to watch, some of it. It's not for everybody, so if you're not really into the interrogation stuff, I wouldn't watch it. It was okay. Ben Affleck and Live by Night, the nice gangster film. Action-packed. It's really, I really enjoyed this. A couple hours long, a lot of great action in it. Storyline is really lengthy, can't really describe it. It involves revenge, mafia-related stuff. Takes place like the 20s and the late 30s. This one was enjoyable. Into the Ashes. Another revenge film. This guy it was in a gang apparently, formerly, and then they just come looking for him. A bunch of chaos happens. If you're a hunter, you'll enjoy this film. If you like to hunt, a lot of neat weapons in it. This one's called Warning Shot. I really enjoyed this one. I'd recommend watching this one if you can find it. The bad guys in it were really good. David Spade, Bruce Dern's in it, James Earl Jones. There's the guy from Pulp Fiction is in it. The guy gets shot in the chair. He plays a religious guy. It's pretty funny. You have to watch it. I think the best villain was the Hispanic guy. He was really nasty. I've never seen anybody act like that before, and as a bad guy, really humorous. This guy right here. I watched this one. It's called A Score to Settle. This was quite depressing. A revenge film about him being in prison for something he does early on. He takes his wrath of somebody else's crime and spends 20 years in prison. He gets out he just comes after everybody, and it's really difficult it's kind of graphic, but there's some pretty funny moments in it. This is called House of War, based on the 4 days of terror and the Mumbai hotel terrorist attack. Haven't seen it yet, but I remember when this happened. It was pretty hectic. November 2008, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. I watched this one, Big Bad Wolves. It wasn't that great. I guess because it was in a foreign language, it was hard to follow it. I skimmed it, and then I'll have to watch it sometime. I just kind of skimmed it. I didn't really get into it. This one is one of the better ones I got of the Nick Cage movies, The Humanity Bureau. It's a futuristic film about what happens to the Earth, happens to the U.S. It's kind of like a Ray Bradbury book, like Fahrenheit 451. Involves drones, climate change, like the water crisis. There's a big plot. People are disappearing. This is a pretty good film. It's like a survival film. I'd recommend watching it. The ending was a little devastating, but it kind of makes sense. But yeah, watch this one. Steven Seagal and Attrition. 2 Lives, 1 Game. It's a martial art action film. The girl, I guess, he's helping out his mythical powers. So I haven't watched this one yet. I'm looking forward to that. The next one's The Gangster for Magnet. Takes place in the 1950s and 60s and follows a new released prisoner who desires to live straight, but knowing nothing else but the life of a gangster. He returns to his old gang. Another Magnolia Pictures film. These ones I got because I like disaster films. It's actually it's got 3 films in it. This one's called Deadly Inferno. About a group of firefighters in an office building. And there's another film on here called Fire from Below, the day the sky exploded. This one's an earthquake film. Then the other one is a kind of a space malfunction film. So I'm looking forward to watching that. This one is an Echo Bridge set, so I don't really see those too much anymore. This one is called Red Island, and it's about like two people they actually find this totem pole, and I guess they get into some trouble with some spiritual aspects. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm looking forward to that too. This one is the Griddle House. People meet up at a diner, a bunch of cast of characters. And it's like a finding yourself film. So looking forward to that. There's a lot of good actors in here I like. So, and this last one called Josie. And this girl comes into this town. I haven't seen it yet either. I'm looking forward to watching this. Sweet talking stranger. She comes into town and causes a lot of trouble. Yeah, I heard this was going to be pretty good, so. Anyway, guys, that's my Dollar Tree DVDs and Blu-rays, and most of these I got are pretty good. This one, it was, Tarantino says it's a good film. And he says best film of the year, but it's subtitled in a different language. There's some decent action scenes. It's like kind of like a brutal film. So far, this one has been probably one of my top favorite ones to watch. So if you guys seen any of these, let me know. Go to your Dollar Tree, see if you can get some. They only cost $1, and I only spent, not even $20 on all these.